Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. Well, hello. It is Thursday, the 14th of December. Oh, it's getting close to the big man coming down the chimney. Do you know, it's something that I really miss. Obviously, my children are teenagers now, in the upper scale of the teens. I really miss that whole concept of, is Santa coming? Is Santa not coming? Is Santa coming? He said, have you been good or have you been bad? I used to love all of that. Things are different now, obviously, because they're older, but I still find Christmas such a magical time of the year. Enough warbling from me. Let's crack on with today's video, shall we? What's the news from Montecito with the Harkles? Well, it's been grumbling for the past couple of weeks, and I've mentioned it on this channel, but I haven't dedicated a whole video to it because it's still speculation at the moment. But as it stands right now, WME, which is Meghan's talent agency. I use the word talent specifically because that's what they are. Does she have talent? She can act a little bit. I mean, she was in Suits. But it's a bit weird that they're representing her anyway. It's rumoured, sorry, that tickled me for some reason. It's rumoured that they are getting ready to drop her. They're exasperated with the non-ending drama and scandal surrounding their grievances with the royal family. And the fact that Scooby's book, which has now fallen spectacularly in style. Oh yeah, he admitted that he did, in fact, write the names of those two royals in an earlier draft. So he's admitted that. But however, her talent agency, WME, is tearing their hair out over what to do with Meghan Markle. And we haven't had a Christmas card from them yet. Oh, shock horror. How can we cope? We've had the King and the Queen consort. They looked very regal in a coronation photo. And we've also had the Waleses. Now, a lot of people have been dogging on this, but I think the simplicity is pure brilliance. I really do. As I said on Twitter the other day, with all the chaos that is surrounding Harry, Meghan and Prince William and Catherine at the moment, I think to put out this extremely simple photo is genius. I really do. In all the chaos is calm. And that's the message that I receive from this. Forget the noise from Montecito. We're still a powerful family. And I love the fact that you can see the children growing. And Princess Charlotte, oh, I'd hardly recognised her. She's simply beautiful. Now, as I've mentioned many times with regards to Twitter, there is a fantastic account called BarkJack_, and they have always been bang on the money. It's very rare that they get things wrong. They are incredibly well connected and only release information if they're 100% sure that it is correct. Yesterday, they reported that they are having a crisis meeting at WME. Here's the tweet. Crisis meeting being held in Los Angeles today, which was yesterday, WME. Their Christmas card is on hold for now. It's due around this week. Week's not over. Meghan Markle, doing her own PR these days. Speculation she's had to convene with reps before releasing it. They also said it's unclear if their card is somehow related to the crisis meeting, but it's interesting it wasn't released by Wednesday morning. It's unclear if the crisis meeting was set to address the recent issues brought about by Scooby's book. So could the crisis meeting be about her reputation and what that's doing to the agency? Because let's face it, they're one of the biggest agencies in the world with regards to talent. And several other talent agents have spoken out and said, Meghan Markle right now is just too hot to handle. And anything she does represents the firm as well. So it's by association. Anything that reacts negatively towards her and that she creates this drama and scandal surrounding her, then it has a knock-on effect to WME. So was this crisis meeting about the reputation that's happening at the moment with regards to the scandals that the Harkles find themselves in? Or is it to do with the Christmas card? Now, there was another little ditty on Twitter. Now, I'm going to say if. This is a big if. If this is happening, it's shocking. If this is true, it's shocking. And I have to specify that there is a big if. There's a Twitter account that's called Joe Diva Runner. It said, get ready for the meltdown, people. My Montecito sources confirmed that there may be 2 Lilibets on a certain Christmas card. If you know, you know. Now, this relates to Lilibet, as in Harry and Meghan's second child, and of course the late Queen, who was the original Lilibet. There was that whole hoo-ha of, did they ask her before naming? No, they didn't. The Queen was caught off guard and she wasn't happy. Nobody really knows the truth. However, we now know that Harry and Meghan's daughter is called Lilibet, and she was named after the late Queen. Now, there was huge speculation on whether or not the Queen had actually met Lilibet, but according to several sources, that did indeed happen, albeit only a 20-minute meeting, and that one photo was taken, and that belongs to the property of the Crown. Essentially, all that means is the Crown hold copyright, and they control what happens to that photo. And this is why I said this is a big if. If that photo exists, and if that photo is going to be used on a Christmas card, it would have a huge knock-on effect, a detrimental knock-on effect to an already crumbling reputation for Harry and Meghan. Because I firmly believe that if they have that photo and they use that photo on a Christmas card, there would be uproar, because they would literally be using it to reinforce their royal connection yet again. Not only that, they would be using the late Queen for manipulation and for PR crisis modes. Now, we all know that Harry and Meghan play dirty games when it comes to media manipulation. They say they don't, but we know that they do. They've even been called out in court for it, or Harry has, by a judge. See my previous video. I popped a link up in the right-hand corner if you haven't already seen it. But this would be a seismic PR disaster if they did this. And it is a big if. I'm not quite so sure that that's going to happen, because if only one photo is in existence of the two Lilibets, if that actually happened, the property and copyright is owned by the Crown, and they would have to get permission before using it. Because if they used it, I think a lot of people would simply, if anybody actually supports them anymore, would actually withdraw their support even more, because it would be such a shameful, obvious PR stunt. And that's the card situation that Jack was referring to, on whether or not their Christmas card is going to be released, and whether or not it can be released. It's going to be very interesting. They've never failed to release a Christmas card. They've always released a Christmas card. And we've had some absolute clangers in the past. You remember the one with Archie? And then the weird cartoonish one. Ugh. And then we had the one from 2021 that was them with all the family and Meghan holding Lilibet up. It's all a bit strange. But anyway, what I mean is that they've never failed to actually put out a Christmas card. I mean, this one was last year. It was pretty bland in comparison. I mean, it's not specifically a photo taken for a Christmas card, what it should be. That's generally what happens. But they release an unseen picture of the family, which is generally what they've done before. And the royal family do it as well. But that was a pretty poor form last year. And it generally is this week, the week before Christmas, that they put out their Christmas cards. The only exception to that rule is the one where it was Archie crawling and you could see the Christmas tree. And that was, I think, put out, it was either on the 23rd or 24th of December. It was quite late, but that was when they were in Canada. So, they were fleeing for their lives, supposedly. That was in 2019. But it's now Thursday. So, last year they released it on the 16th of December and it's only the 14th of December. So I'm wondering whether or not that this crisis meeting is about the Christmas card. Could it be that they have this photo and that they want to use it and the agency is saying, no, you can't because you don't have copyright? Or could it be the agency literally saying, you're too hot to handle, now bugger off? Because the Hollywood Reporter, which apparently I'm led to believe it's quite a big deal, have put them. They do this thing every December where they have biggest Hollywood winners and losers of 2023 and previous years. The winners include Taylor Swift and Margot Robbie, and the losers are Harry and Meghan and Elon Musk. Ooh, that's gotta hurt, hasn't it? This is the blurb that they put on it. Okay, this is from their website. In 2020, the royal duo fled a life of ceremonial public service to cash in their celebrity status in the States. But after a whiny Netflix documentary, a whiny biography, spare, even the title is a pouty gripe, and an inert podcast, the Harry and Meghan brand swelled into a sanctimonious bubble just begging to be popped. And South Park was the pin. The show's 20 minutes worldwide privacy tour takedown in March was savage and was followed by Spotify dropping archetypes with a top executive labelling the duo grifters. Still, all the scorn and mockery beats otherwise having to attend 200 plus official royal family engagements a year, which sound hellish. I believe the Hollywood Reporter there is being a tad sarcastic, but could be wrong. Also yesterday, Netflix, for the first ever time, released their top 10 streaming in 2023. And here's the top 10. But it's not all ones that have released in 2023. It's the things that have streamed the most in 2023. Now, we have The Night Agent, that was released in 2023, yes. We have Ginny and Georgia, Season 2, again released in 2023. The Glory was released in 2022. Wednesday, again released in 2022. Queen Charlotte, the Bridgerton story, was released in 2023, as was Season 4 You. Then we have Lorena del Sur, that was released in 2022, Season 3. We have Outer Banks Season 3. In 2023, that was released. We have Ginny and Georgia, Season 1, which was released in 2021, and Ferber, which was released in 2023. So you see, they're not all released in 2023. Quite a number of them are released in previous years. Where are Harry and Meghan on that list? Because theirs was released roughly about the same time as a couple of those. The Harry and Meghan documentary was released in December. I believe the first 3 episodes were released on December the 8th, and then 3 more were released 1 week later on December the 15th. So technically, because quite a few of those in the top 10 were also released around about the same time, they should have also been included. It's not just ones that were released in 2023, it's the most watched. But they weren't included on the list. Funnily enough, neither was Suits, because apparently that was breaking all records as well. That a huge number of people were flooding to watch Suits in 2023. Where's that on the list? Honestly, those figures were so manipulated, and it was so clear to anybody with half a brain cell that they were paid people going, I'm just watching Suits for the first time. Oh my God, isn't Meghan Markle amazing? Paid for PR. Simple as that. They didn't even make it into the top 10 of Netflix. So, let's summarise, shall we? We've had the terrible Endgame, which has caused humongous amount of negative publicity with regards to Meghan and Harry. Then we've got the Hollywood Reporter calling them the biggest losers of 2023, not making it into the top 10 of Netflix most watched. Could that be the reason why WME are calling crisis talks? Or do you think it is all about the Christmas card? Because it's got to be dropped soon, and as soon as it drops, I'll let you know what's happening. But my question to you is, I've got 2 questions. What's the crisis talks about? Do you think it's about the scandal and the publicity and the knock-on effect that it will have to WME and their reputation, or do you not think they care? Do you think that the crisis meeting could be about the imminent Christmas card that is about to be dropped? Could they ever cross that line and release a Christmas card with the 2 Lillibits? Do you think there would be a massive fallout if they did? Or do you think everybody would go, oh, isn't that sweet? As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.